There are millions of ways to trade the forex market, or there are millions of ways to trade the financial market. So in this episode of my YouTube videos, I'm going to be talking about my two trading setups that has been printing money for me since, or ever since I discovered it. So if you are new to the channel, my name is Pakwesi. I've been trading and investing in the financial market for over 6 years and beyond. So if you are new to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel, give a like to the video, share the video to your friends and family who are struggling or suffering to make money or print money from the financial market. So let's move straight to the board and let me teach you my two trading setups that has been printing money for me ever since I discovered it. So my two trading setups. So when it comes to the setups that I mostly focus on, I am either focusing on a breakout or either focusing on a retest. Okay, so I either focus on breakout, or I either focus on retest. Okay, so I focus on either breakout or I focus on retest. You get me? Yeah. So which one is risky and which one do I prefer trading? So the ones that I've been trading these two things. Okay, I've having a track record backing all these things. So as a trader, if you are starting out as a trader, you need to make sure you are keeping records or keeping track or journaling your trades. So through my journaling or through my records, I discovered that the breakout is more risky. You get it? The breakout is more risky. So this is how, let me show you how the breakout works. So when it comes to the breakout, these are the things that I mostly see. So I'm a trend trader. I've been talking about it on my channel. I'm a trend trader. I'm mostly take trades when the market is trending. So it's either trending upward or it's either trending downward. Okay. So when the market is in an uptrend, this is what mostly we see in the market. It's either doing higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high. So in this market condition, this is an uptrend condition or an uptrend market. Okay. And we have downtrend. So when the market is in a downtrend phase, we are going to be seeing lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower lows. So when it comes to the lower low of the market, the lower low of the market means at this moment or at this market condition, sellers are dominating the market. And when it comes to the uptrend phase of the market, it means that overall buyers are dominating buyers are dominating the market. So lower low simply means continuation of continuation of bearish candles. Okay, so it can either be one or more. You get it? Continuation of bearish candles, and this is continuation of bullish candle. It can be one or more candles when it comes to the bull. So with this market condition, sellers are dominating. With this market condition, buyers are dominating the market. So when it comes to the uptrend phase, okay, with the uptrend phase, the breakout, how I mostly discover or how I mostly trade a breakout is when the market is trending up, that means I'm going to be looking for a buy. Okay, so with the breakout, when the candle break out from a zone, so the breakout simply means when a candle break and close out of the zone. That is what I mostly consider it to be a breakout, because when you don't wait for the candle to close above the zone, you are mostly going to be experiencing a fake out. Okay, so those who have been trading and mostly they get their stop loss hit is because you don't wait for candles to close. That's why. So for a candle to confirm that this zone has been broken, for you to verify or for you to justify or conclude that at this point this market is going to move up, you need to wait for a candle to close. Okay, so let's say maybe I want to take a breakout from this side. Okay, so this is the zone. So this zone means this is a resistance zone. The reason why this point or this area is resistance is because we have a lot of suppliers at this point, and an area where we have a lot of suppliers at, what mostly happens is prices are going to reduce. So let's say maybe if you go to the market and a particular product that you are going to buy, you have a lot of people giving it out, or a lot of people selling it. What's going to be happening, because the competition is very as in there was much competition in the market, what is going to be happening is a lot of people are trying to meet the demand of the customers, so they are going to reduce the price for them to for their product to be patronized. So it's the same thing when you bring it to the market. This point, the reason why there was what a resistance over is what you have a lot of suppliers at this point. So what is going to be happening is what prices will come down. Okay, so for us to know price is going to continue, what we are going to use it to verify is what a breakout. So the candle should break above this one and close. This is what we classify or consider it to be what a breakout. Okay, so those times I used to be taking this breakout entry, so I've stopped taking breakout entry. The reason is what it's kind of risky. You get it, because the market is at this point has already moved. Okay, even though it is close to the reactional level, but the reason why I'm not going to be taking this trade is what I need the market to gain. So when the market gets to this point, what I'm expecting is what I have to see something like a rest. The market should rest before it will continue up. Okay, so the reason why I've stopped taking, I used to be taking this kind of entries when the market break out from the zone, then what I take the entry. But one thing I've noticed is what when it breaks out, it's mostly what comes back, it pulls back. And if you are not lucky or if you are not fortunate, what you are going to be experiencing is what the market is going to what make a deep pullback. And with a deep pullback, what is going to be happening is what it's from this side. Okay, when the market is pulling back from this side, when it is pulling back, the uptrend is still valid unless this area, okay, this higher low, unless this higher low gets broken before the trend is going to be what invalidated to what a downtrend. So it can make a deep pullback and still it is what valid. Okay, which is going to what cost me a lot for me to still be in this position. You get it? So this is the pullback that we are talking about. This is the pullback we are expecting it to happen. This is the pullback. So sometimes you can be experiencing a deep pullback, and with a deep pullback, what is going to happen is what your stop can be hit. And if you are willing to place your stop loss over here to your stop loss is going to be wide. So what I mostly wait for, sometimes if the market break out, it might continue. Okay, but let me lose. One thing I have to understand about this thing is what sometimes I will just let it go. So this week, for instance, I saw one trade which broke out. I saw it, maybe it might be continuing, but I didn't take the trade and it continued. You get it? I didn't take the trade and I missed the trade too as well. But I prefer the breakout. I prefer the red test rather than what the breakout. The breakout is kind of risky. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It works. But when I checked my track record, I noticed that I'm winning more on what the red test as comparing it to what the breakout. So why should I continue taking the breakout? I have to focus, because when it comes to trading, we are trading to what to reach a level where our win rate is going to be. If not, there's no way. Sometimes a month you can get 100% win rate, but it's not going to be consistent all the time. You get some month to your win rate is going to reduce, but we are trying to increase our win rate. So why don't I ask myself, why don't I ignore this kind of what setup and focus on the ones that mostly gives me high return? And as I started that, I'm kind of seeing, even though I don't get enough trades. So this whole week, for instance, I'm recording this video on Friday. This whole week I've taken only one trade and it was a win. The trade got me 1 to 2. Okay, imagine risking like 2% on 1 to 2. You are getting 4%. If you get 2 of them, you are passing your profit. You get it? So trading is not about the frequency of trades you take. It's about the quality of trades you are taking. So I've avoided or I've stopped taking this kind of trade. It works though. Sometimes it works. Okay, I'm not saying it doesn't work. The breakout works, but when it comes to like your win rate, you are not going to get high win rates. But if you are okay with your losses, you can keep on taking this trade. So my breakout, this is what a breakout. Okay, so mostly if the market or if price doesn't pull back, it's going to continue up. Okay, sometimes it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't work. This is a breakout, it's happened, but this is not what. So this is where the entry is going to be taken. When it breaks the high, you are going to be taking it over here. But I stopped taking this kind of entries. This is my breakout setup. You get it? This is my breakout. When price break out from a zone, this is a zone, this is a supply zone. So the moment the candle will break and close, it tells you that buyers are controlling the market. Okay, because this is a reactional level. A reactional level simply means it's an area where buyers and sellers are fighting to own or control the market. So the moment the candle will break above, this is what shows that buyers are going to what? Buyers are dominating the market. So this is my breakout. So when it break and close, then you take the continuation to the next zone. So this is a breakout entry. This is a breakout setup. Sorry, it is not breakout setup. This is my breakout setup. I've stopped taking it. Okay, so let's move to my what? My bread and butter what? Setup, which is the break and retest. Okay, so this is the break and retest setups. This is my break and retest setup. So as I'm saying, let's take with this one. You're going to be taking the bearish trend as an example. So when the price is what? Trending down, this is what mostly we see in the market. The phase of the market, this downtrend phase of the market, you are going to be seeing lower lows, okay, lower high, lower low. Okay, so at this point, the market overall, sellers are dominating the market. Okay, so when price break out from this zone, when price break out from this zone, this is what I'm mostly going to expect. I'm not going to rush and take the first breakout when the candle close, as I indicated over here. Okay, I'm not going to take this such entry or this kind of setup. I'm going to wait for price to come to this side. You get it? When price comes to this side, that is when I'm going to take my trade. You get it? When price come back to the what? The area of interest, okay, or reactional level. When price come back to the reactional level, that is when I'm going to be taking a trade. So I'll wait for a confirmation, a candle confirmation, then I'll take the continuation of what? The move. So this is what? Price has broken out from the zone. So this is the breakout. This is the breakout swing. So this is the breakout swing. So this is the pullback of the swing. This is the pullback of the swing. So this is where I'm going to be taking the sell. When price close over here, this is where I'll be taking the sell. Okay, when price come back to the area of interest, then I'll be taking the sell over here. You get it? So this is what the two types of what entry setup. We're having the breakout and we're having a what? We're having the breakout setup and we're having what? The retest setup. Okay, so if you are clear with it, or if you're having any question, kindly leave it in the comment section.